If you don't have a Swedish passport, it's free. The Swedish people is not defined in or protected by Swedish law. Only minorities are recognized on a collective scale. The Swedish people have no rights in its own state. In fact, Swedish law only recognizes the Sami people as the true indigenous in Sweden. By law, it's not my country anymore. The government, the politicians and the officials of the state has distanced themselves from the people and formed a new political class, similar to that of the Soviet Union, where they rob the country and use our common resources to enrich themselves. The apparatchiks of the state has formed a mutual alliance with a monopoly-based mass media to enforce their agenda, control the debate and persecute every form of opposition. The Swedish media in their turn officially cooperates with the violent communist and anarchist groups to identify and terrorize every opposition. When the radical left and immigrant groups riot, burn cars in the streets and throw molotovs at the police and ambulance personnel, they get government funding and a political career. When a dissident posts an anonymous critical comment on the internet, his name and picture end up in the newspaper. The state enforces their experimental progressive agenda by starting early to shape its inhabitants. Today, as a part of the governmentally regulated school plan, a chief function of the public schools is to erase gender identity. They do this by forcing boys to play with dolls and girls to play with cars and guns. Even calling a boy boy and a girl girl is viewed as obsolete. The state wants every school function to refer to every person with the made-up and so-called gender-neutral word hen. Hen is made up by the radical feminist think tanks that are an influential part of the Swedish establishment. The use is similar to the praxis citoyenne in revolutionary France or comrade in the communist state. As a part of the progressive agenda, Swedish state television shows information programs for the Swedish youth 13 to 16 years old on how to have sex with immigrants and disabled. These shows is also shown in school as a mandatory part of education. The progressive agenda is also evident in the state's destruction of the normal heterosexual family. Some politicians propose mandatory daycare for 2-year-olds. There are also propositions on dividing parental leave, forcing dads to stay home and women to work, or leaving the kids in